Hello citizens of YouTube, this is the Geeky Nerd here, and today I'm not just making a video about the ultimate AR15 that is being presented in front of you, it's also a video about you guys and the 500 subscribers that we have amassed at this channel here. So I just wanted to say a big thank you out to everyone who has liked, commented, and subscribed on the previous videos. I never thought we'd get to 500, and to have 500 people subscribe to watch these type of videos, it's just amazing, and I just want to really say thank you guys. I greatly appreciate you. Always enjoy talking to you. Some of you guys have been around for quite a while now. Know who you are. Don't think I don't. And I've just really enjoyed talking to you guys, enjoy gauging with you guys, and just kind of getting your viewpoints and hopefully helping you, because I originally started this just as a little hobby of myself, just kind of engage with people of common interest, but also sometimes when I was looking on YouTube and trying to find some kind of video out there, I just couldn't find exactly what I wanted, and I was saying, well, if they're not making it, I'm going to figure it out myself, and then I'll help the next guy down the road who's looking for that particular video. And yeah, I just really want to say thank you guys, and I hope you keep enjoying everything here. I know there's a few more requests for some range videos. I should work that in, because again, this is just a little side hobby here. I'm not like other YouTubers where I have private ranges in my backyard. I can shoot in the backyard, but neighbors might not like me too much. So I will try to incorporate a bit more outdoorsy shooting videos. But with that out the way, as a thank you to you guys with a special video, I'm going to present to you the ultimate AR15 build in its final form. Well, I say final, of course, things will always certainly change down the road, but right now this is no expense spared, the best of the best of the best AR build that I could possibly fathom. And going to give you guys a quick overview. There is a bunch of stuff on here, each with its own separate review on the channel, except for this. This will be coming up here shortly. So we're going to take the dust cover off, and you tell me, guys, tell me that does not look amazing and menacing. So with that, we're just going to go from front to back. So first thing about this whole build, before I get too deep into it, is it is a heavy girl. It's weighing in about 10.5 pounds, so it definitely is not a light rifle. Fully loaded, you're looking about 11-ish pounds, so definitely not light, but built like a brick house and should last me for the rest of my life, and something that I could pass down to generation. The total cost for this, after everything, not including time, looking about $3,700. I know that's a tough pill to swallow, but there's nothing on here that I would not take. Again, the best of the best internals and outs down to the springs, and we're going to get into that here. So up at the front here, we have my Tyon Freedom Armory QD titanium suppressor, or suppressor flash hider, but the QD mount for it. We have a SIG 6-hour 5/16 short stroke piston upper, which is the Cold Hammer Forge chrome lined with the adjustable gas system up here. So for being suppressed, you can you see there's 3 little positions here. You can go to the far left there, and that's for if it's dirty or obstructed. Middle position is just for regular, and then smallest one is for suppressed. So just keep it on there. Moving on down, we have the Troy Industries modular grip. Now I went with this because again, while it may be heavier, it gives a bit more rigidity, a bit more solid feel to the rifle. Having an aluminum foregrip, plastic one would work fine, but having the aluminum one and that short stubby one just works precisely for my needs, especially with just my particular grip. There are Magpul Picatinny covers on here. I'm probably going to move the one from the top or cut it down, move it down here a bit, but just got to get the feel for it. Don't know if it's actually needed right now, but these give a very nice feel to it. Definitely don't eat up your hands like the standard Picatinny does. Moving on up, we have the SIG iron backup sights. Now this originally did have the Troy offset HK style sights. One issue I found is that when running this optic here, and particularly the charging handle. The charging handle will actually interfere with that and actually hit the sight, and I didn't want to have any kind of premature wear with the charging handle and the sight. So I changed it out, went with these SIG ones. They are fully metal. They do lock in place, but they are not spring-loaded, but that's okay. You just push the button. They go down. They do not have a detent down. They flip up, but once they are up, they do lock. And I thought that was as good as good can be with flip-up sights. Moving on down here and put it down because it is heavy, and holding it over a tripod with camera is a little bit difficult. We have the Grove Tech 2-point padded sling. Now, went with this sling because they have Larry Vickers. They're fine slings, but Grove Tech, I just liked them. And then I like the color because this is an all blacked out build, no colors, no frills, and just that little light gray was nice. Also, inside here, you can see it has a leather-esque material to where the Vickers is just the standard nylon, to where this does give a nice little feel purchase to it, and it is very quick and easy to adjust. So, and you see it there, I have it kind of combat ready. That way you can have your sling, you can still get a full grip on the gun, but not have to fiddle around with the sling at all. Actually, I will just move this out the way there for a sec. Loosen it up. Of course, does have the QD point on here, which, again, on the 516 is a fantastic thing to have. 516 upper itself, like I said, is a short stroke piston-operated system. So you have a standard AK long stroke system, which basically means that the bolt carrier is physically attached to the piston system, and they all move as one. There's a lot of reciprocating mass with that. Also, the fact that it is joined is that you do have a little less accuracy. Being you want to have this ultimate, the short stroke piston in the air made most sense to me. That is to where the piston system is separate from the bolt carrier, and it basically has a tappet on the front of the bolt carrier to where once the gas goes, it hits the bolt carrier and sends that, and then this gets retracted back. So instead of it all moving as one, it basically hits it and then pushes it. So again, thought this was the best of the best of the best, and in my opinion, it is. Moving on down, of course, I'm saving the best for last. Moving on down, we have the Geisley Maritime Bolt Catch along with the Geisley magazine release. Now, went with the Geisley, and the Geisley takedown pins. Went with those just because I like the checkering that they have on there. Also, it's Geisley. You're talking Ultimate AR, that's as good as you're going to get. But it is very nice. It does have a positive feel to it, and the Maritime Bolt Catch is very nice for use. Definitely has a large surface area. I thought about doing the bad lever, but with this trigger system, I decided against it. Speaking of the trigger system, this is a Franklin Armory binary BFS 3 trigger, which basically means that, of course, this gun is safe. I know there's a few comments saying, oh, just always make sure you safety check and don't flag anything. Guys, the only ones that are loaded are my home defense ones, which this is not. This is more the best of the best. I would trust this, but I'm an AK guy. So, and that's coming from the guy saying that he has a almost $4,000 AR here. But with the binary system, you see that you get third position, which is really nice. So once the gun is fired and cycles, you get a second firing, so you can get very good double taps. If you work that trigger, you can get a automatic-like feel, but not being automatic per ATF regulations. Then once you want, just flip it back, you hear it kind of release, and then you get standard semi-auto. Now, I went with the flat trigger just because I like flat triggers, given the option. Now, the one thing about this trigger is my CMCs I do like better if I was to pick just a one trigger. This one does have a bit of creep, a slight bit of grit, but for the feature that it does have, I'm going to forgive her for that because it's not that type of trigger. It's just more like bang, whiz, go fast, and have fun, and figure Ultimate AR, throw a friggin' $400 trigger in it. Why not? Moving on down here, we have the Jack Brothers Skull Lower. Now, some people do say this belongs on plebeian AR. You say whatever you want. I like the look of it. I think it works really well. And $300 lower, billet, machined out. I think it looks very nice. And just for the overall aesthetic of it. Cool part is, too, is that you see the nose is cut out. These eyes are not cut out, but the nose is. And it does give a kind of a good grip. Like when you can, put your hand kind of right in there, you can almost you can get a very good magwell grip just kind of holding on the nose. Definitely not recommended, but still an option. Moving on down, we have the RTG Thrill AR15 pistol grip. Now, there's only a $15 pistol grip. Why did I choose this over like a Bravo company, what have you? It's the feel of it. One, the angle is perfect for my hand. The palm swell is perfect. And the texturing is perfect. For being a $15 grip, guys, I can't think of a better option. For filling my hand and just how it generally feels when I'm grabbing the gun, it can't get better than this. At least in my opinion. The Bravo company is very nice, but it's kind of a bit bulky for my hand. The Magpul is a good standard, but I don't like the grip as much, and standard A2 is standard A2. But this, I really think they hit a home run with this, and you can find these on Palmetto State Armory, which is always good. I have a full review on this. Check it out on the channel. Moving back, we have the Voltor E-Mod stock. Very nice stock, built like a brick outhouse. Has all the different adjustments. One thing is nice, especially with this buffer tube, is that it has holes in it to where you can actually see what number stock position you're in. So 5 all the way up to 6. And that's just a nice little feature there. With it as well, you do have AA battery compartment storage here. And the buffer tube, or the tubes inside the stock, slide off. They're stuck in there. They are water resistant. And you can put 2 AA's in there or 3 CR123 123 batteries in there. So you can run those here. Some people do complain that this is a beard puller. I'm not a beard person myself, but I've never really noticed any kind of discomfort when you go a couple weeks without shaving. Also with the stock, it has what I like to call the Skull Crusher. It has a metal shim, which you see is pretty thick here, that goes from here and then goes all the way up through the butt pad. Again, this design is kind of a hard hit and hard knocking stock with that metal reinforcement against the plastic. That way you have a little bit of a backing some. So definitely a hard duty stock with QD and with the standard there. Standard sling attachment. We have a PWS buffer tube, which is fluted, just kind of get rid of any kind of dirt that's in there. Also a little bit of weight savings with the PWS ratchet system. There is another QD point back here, but this ratchet system, instead of having to stake your castle nut, you can just rotate this on and it basically keeps it tight with a ratchet mechanism. Some people say against this, they can say it backs off. I've never experienced a non-staked castle nut backing off. And so this, I figure once you ratchet on there, it's just a good little extra safety precaution, and it looks cool. And it makes disassembling this a heck of a lot easier if you have to. Moving on up. Oh, also one thing I forgot to mention is the one thing I do like about the guide sleeves is they do have little detents where you are using a bullet to push in your pin. You don't slide and then mar and mess up your finish. Inside the buffer tube is a Geisley H2 Super 42 spring, which you can check that out here on the channel. That seems to be a pretty popular video. With the H2, just being that you are running suppressed, and H2 seems like for this general setup runs perfectly fine, runs better than H1, gives a really, really soft shooting feel. And then the Super 42 being a braided recoil spring reduces the amount of noise that you hear when shooting. So as far as quiet when you're shooting suppressed, you don't get that twang sound inside your buffer assembly. Moving on up, we have the Geisley charging handle, which is Geisley supercharging handle, the standard, not the airborne. This is also a Blemula. I can't show it on camera. I might well pick it up. Well, underneath it does have the little Count Blemula little vampire there engraved in it, and I believe it was mainly because of the sorry guys, hitting the thing. There's a little tiny bit of pitting on here just in the finish. Definitely not noticeable, definitely not a issue, and I was saying, well, just looks pretty cool. Underneath there you can see that there is the backup sight. For the SIG, it is a flip up just like the front. It is all steel, and you see it is, you may think it's actually touching or imparting any kind of pressure on it. It actually is not. It does have just this tiniest bit of give, so it's like a match made in heaven there. Looking up, I know I'm teasing you guys. Looking up, we have the American Defense 30, Recon T1D 30 millimeter QD AR scope mount. I like American Defense mounts more than any of them. The people say good things about LaRue. I have no concerns, but I really do like the American Defense, especially with the lockdown function. That once it is tightened, this little piece clamps down and prevents it from coming off. Being QD, it is nice, especially with this scope. Should this scope ever get damaged, which I don't think it should because it's a Trijicon, you still have your backup irons. You can still get them out the way because obviously you can't operate it in its current form. And finally, the pièce de résistance, the ultimate scope, the TR25 Trijicon AccuPoint 1:6 by 24 with the triangle post, the little triangle of death. I've been waiting for this scope for a long time, and I know this video is going long, but I figured, sorry about that, guys. The gimbal decided it wanted to nope itself out of the conversation. So where to leave off? Trijicon TR25 1:6 triangle point. Fantastic scope. No expenses spared. I picked this up on a heck of a deal, and it was the 4th of July Memorial Day sale, I believe. It was one of those. And I picked it up for $900 even. Fantastic steal of a price, because usually they're going around $1,000, $1,200, depending on where you're getting it from, and I want to make sure I got it from a reputable seller. But this optic is absolutely fantastic. Better than the TR24, the 1:4, and I'll explain that on its own separate video here. But it is a 1:6 LPVO with fiber optic and tritium powered, so no batteries here. Everything is top-notch build quality. It is made in Japan, but with that, the glass quality is crystal clear. Some of the clearest glass that I've seen, only second to probably my Swarovski or my Zeiss optics. But absolute beast of an optic. Very nice throw. Pretty much it goes 180 either direction. So you go from 1 all the way up to 6. Some people do like a shorter throw, but I think this is fantastic. You can put an additional throw knob lever on here. You can adjust the amount of light the fiber optic is receiving. But absolutely heck of a beast of an optic. And here, I'll try to see if I can show it. Actually, you know what? It's QD. So, pop this sucker off. You can see how easy that is. Let's see if we can get this lined on up. See if it'll focus. It may not focus. But you guys can see there, it does have that singular triangle post. There you go. See, it has that little single post triangle right there. But words cannot describe how much I love this optic and how fantastic of an optic it is. And putting it back on is just as easy. Just line it up where it was. Get each lever kind of situated. Boom, lock it down until you hear the click. And there you go. You're locked back down nice and tight. Actually, I think it was one more farther back. Oh, come on. There we go. It was one farther back. 2 clicks. Nice in position. You can tell because I try to keep it as tight as I could right there. But this, guys, is my ultimate AR15 build. This is the best of the best of the best. If you guys have any kind of questions or anything like that, or if you think it's just hella awesome like I do, put it down in the comments. Thank you for sticking around this long. If you did, it was appreciated. And truly, again, the main point of this video was a thank you to all 500 of you guys that have liked these videos, have been watching these videos, and I hope you continue to do so. And just super duper happy, and just can't thank you guys enough. And I hope you enjoyed this. I will have another project kind of coming up here shortly, which I hope you enjoy, because it's a little something different. But this project, $3,800 can get you the gun of your dreams. And with that, guys, I hope everyone is having a wonderful, awesome, fantastic day, and I'll catch you guys next time. See you guys.